Hi guys, this is Pokemon Ace here for another new type of video, and today is a top 10 video, and if you can't guess from the picture, I am doing in my top 10 favourite Pokemon, where I will be showcasing my personal top 10. This means that it will not be the strongest Pokemon. Well, some of them might be really strong, but yeah, it's Pokemon that I just really like, so let's get to it. Number 10. So, the number 10 spot goes to Samurott, because of one thing, apart from, of course, his amazing haul. My first Pokemon was Oshawott, so why didn't you put Oshawott on this list, I hear you say? Well, that's because of one Pokemon trainer and his Oshawott that drove me round the bend and completely ruined Oshawott. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but if anyone's seen the anime, Ash's Oshawott, no, not good. Now, Ash, for being such a meanie to Oshawott, you need to go to your room. So, what does the Pokédex say about Oshawott? So, today I'll be covering the Omega Ruby Pokédex entries for each Pokemon, so it would take too long if I was going to cover every single Pokédex. In the time it takes a foe to blink, it can draw and sheath its scimitars attached to its front legs. It is a water type and the fully evolved form of Oshawott. Number 9. The number 9 spot goes to a Pokemon that it took me a long time to catch. It is Avalugg. For some reason, it took me so long to catch. I just don't understand it now. But what I do know is that it has a cool design. You get it? Cool? No. Oh, okay. If you don't get it, whatever. Anyway, in my opinion, he looks just like a tank and an iceberg came together and had a baby just like this, and then boom, you get Avalugg. And his stats definitely support this because tanks are made for defense and attack, and icebergs are also very strong, so it really isn't surprising that his attack and defense are so high. In my opinion, Avalugg equals awesome. So what does the Pokédex say? The Omega Ruby Pokédex entry, once again. Its ice-covered body is as hard as steel. Its cumbersome frame crushes anything that stands in its way. It is an ice-type Pokemon and the evolved form of Bergmite. Number 8. So my number 8 spot could probably go to any of these cool-looking bears, but the winner goes to Ursaring. The reason Ursaring is on my list is because he is plainly awesome. Just look at him. Look at all of these. He is just so cool. But no, not only that, he has a nice side, as seen in the anime. You also get evidence from this from his pre-evolved form, Teddiursa. But the reason why I picked Ursaring, because face it, all three of these bears have exactly the same characteristics, is because of this Pokemon trainer from the anime, Paul. His Ursaring is a complete boss, and when I saw it for the first time, I knew that I just had to get one that strong for myself. Now let's see what the Pokédex says. So once again, the Omega Ruby Pokédex. In forests inhabited by Ursaring, it is said that there are many streams and towering trees where they gather food. The Pokemon walk through its forest gathering food every day. It is a normal type and the evolved form of Teddiursa. I think that's how you say it, isn't it? Anyway, number 7. So next on the list is Kangaskhan. The Pokemon that is probably most like a mother. If you were going to be brought up by a Pokemon, you'd want to be brought up by Kangaskhan. I mean, you can see its baby there, and you can also see the Pokemon trainer, just like that boy in the anime, him. But it that isn't the real reason why Kangaskhan is on the list, because if you know me, I don't think you'll probably guess that I don't really care that it's a mother Pokemon. Well, I do, because it's cool, but you know. The actual reason why I've put it on this list is because of this trading card and a particular move which is highlighted. Sadly, this card is going out in the 2016 rotation. If you follow the TCG, you'll know what that means. But still, the move lets you search for 2 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. If there is space, this move is very useful for getting Pokemon EX cards. And in my Darkrai Yveltal deck, it can become amazing for Darkrai's ability. Oh yeah, and before I move on, to the next Pokemon, you cannot forget about the fact that Kangaskhan can Mega Evolve. Just look at the changes. I mean, they don't look similar at all, do they? Anyway, the Pokedex. If you came across a young Kangaskhan playing by itself, you must never disturb it or attempt to catch it. The baby Pokemon's parent is sure to be in the area, and it will become violent and raged at you. Kangaskhan is a normal type. Number 6. Okay then, so this is going to be a surprise to most of you. I bet you did not expect Vivillon being on this list. But, especially if you know me, you're probably thinking, like, why on earth has he put Vivillon on the list? Well, the reason I've put Vivillon on the list is because of while I was playing Pokemon Y, I had a phase where I used to collect all the different type of Vivillon. So what I did was I went on the GTS and searched for new kinds of Vivillon every day. Because if you didn't know, there's lots of different kinds of Vivillon, and you can get different patterns from different places all over the world. And there are also 2 event Vivillon which were available for a short amount of time, which are just at the top of the screen. Anyway, the Pokedex entry from Omega Ruby. Vivillon with many different patterns are found all over the world. These patterns are affected by the climate of their habitats. Vivillon is a bug and flying type Pokemon and the fully evolved form of Scatterbug. So it is now time for number 5. And the number 5 spot is going to be Dragonite, the first Dragon-type Pokemon on the list. If you didn't know, I really like Dragon-type Pokemon, and I want to be a Pokemon Master one day. But seriously, Dragon types are cool. So cool. I mean, just imagine one of these cool dragons as a pet. Not only that, but this Pokemon has a fist which could electrocute you, freeze you, or burn you. I mean, how cool is that? What's not to love? And the final thing I'd like to say is that he's the first Dragon-type Pokemon and the only one in Kanto. So Dragonite, you might not get number 1 on this list, but you get first place for the first Dragon-type Pokemon. So the Pokedex. Dragonite is capable of circling the globe in just 16 hours. It is a kind-hearted Pokemon that leads lost and foundering ships in a storm to the safety of the land. Dragonite is a dragon and flying type and the evolved form of Dratini. Well, the fully evolved form, sorry. Number 4. The reason I have Froakie... Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. I'm just reading off the script. The reason I have Froakie on this list is mainly because of some fan art that I saw, found with some friends while we were waiting for the Gen 6 Pokemon. Because, as you probably know, every day they used to reveal, not every day, but every week they used to reveal some Pokemon which were about to happen in Gen 6. So when we searched for Froakie on Google Images, we found this Froakie, then Professor Toad or Frolic, and then we found Pompode. And yeah, Pompode. Just look at him. And when we saw that, me and my friend both knew that Froakie had to be our starter, no matter what his real evolution looked like. We just wanted Pompode. Well, his real one ended up to be Greninja, which is still cool. He's a cool ninja Pokemon, but I still wish that this was the real Pokemon. Was a real Pokemon, sorry. The Pokedex now. It's Secretive. I can't read that. Flexible bubbles from it secretes flexible bubbles from its chest and back. The bubbles reduce the damage it would take otherwise when attacked. Froakie is a water type Pokemon. Number 3. And you can probably tell from this purple that means it's going to be another dragon type Pokemon. So, third place in getting the bronze medal is Hydreigon. The reason for Hydreigon being so high on the list is probably because of a joking nickname I gave my Hydreigon. I called him Nobody, and this probably sounds really horrid of me, but the reason is because every time he fainted or got a status effect, and I always made the joke that it's okay. It's good that nobody fainted this turn. Lol, I know it's not that funny, but the only reason why he's on the high list, this high on the list, is because it's another reason because of his 3. I'm not making any sense. Okay, another reason why he's this high on the list is because of his 3 heads and his ability of learning Tri-Attack. You can just imagine a dragon shooting fire, ice, and thunder out of his mouth. Oh wait, that sounds familiar. Oh yes, Dragonite. And just like Dragonite, he is a dragon-type Pokemon, and I just love dragon types. Let's see. Let's just say that Hydreigon is a complete beast, and let's just say I cannot Photoshop. Yeah. So the Pokédex. The heads on their arms do not have brains. They use all 3 heads to consume and destroy everything. It is a dragon and dark type and dino fully evolved. Number 2. So, then it's time to reveal who the silver medal will go to, and it is Gliscor, a cool but deadly vampire bat Pokemon. Just look at how cool his design is, with the giant tail that he sits on, but its friendly nature that is seen in the anime. Not only that, but he's a very powerful Pokemon. He also has a strange typing of ground and flying, which you wouldn't predict. When you look at that, you'd have thought maybe bug and flying, like Gligar. But anyway, making him a bit of a battling threat. The reason why he's second and not lower, once again, is thanks to Ash, because Ash's Gliscor is amazing, and personally it makes a real amazing Pokemon and deserving of second place. And the Pokédex entry, it observes prey while hanging inverted from branches. Then the chance presents itself. It swoops. Gliscor is a ground and flying type, and the evolved form of Gligar. So it is time to reveal number 1 and getting gold medal, and see if you can guess what type it is, and see if you can actually guess what Pokemon it is just from the colours. So this is the colour. What do you think it's going to be? I would like to reveal our first place. But first, you must wait and build up the tension. Okay, you've waited long enough, and I also want to just get it out. First place is... So first place is Garchomp. He is first place because, let's just look at how amazing the design is. I mean, looks like a boss, rather than a companion. Speaking about bosses, the Sinnoh champion Cynthia uses a Garchomp. I think that Cynthia is probably one of the strongest champions, and also makes an appearance in the anime with Garchomp as her partner. Surely she can't lose. He also has a Mega Evolution that looks so cool and is very strong. As I've said before, I love dragon types, so when I make a team, I always remember to have a dragon type in my team. So, at the 2015 VGC, I used him as my Mega and part of my team. So that's why he's my favourite Pokemon of all time. But you never know. Times might change, and in 1 year, I might have to update this video. But make sure you leave a like and all of that awesome stuff. Okay, so the Pokédex entry for Garchomp, it observes its prey while hanging invert. This is the same. I forgot to put his Pokédex entry in. This is Gliscor's. Never mind. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'd just like to say before I end this video, please do watch both of these videos here. I will hopefully be putting a link to them in the description. So, can you still see them? I hope so. Anyway, here we go. So, we've got this one, and we've also got Baron's one on the GK Triforce. So I'll be linking both of these in the description. But that's about all I've got for this video, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.